Hey, well, I'm finally gonna go for a hike. A damn truck got an obsession with it, driving. So this is the property line here. I'm getting ready to head out the Rio del Oso. Not quite a mile out. I'm gonna go see what the flood did to some ruins. If it washed them all away, or brought more in, or left it alone. There's one spot where, I was thinking, one spot where there's a fair amount of pottery and some tools, where you get little jagged edges to clean hides or whatever. Okay, so I'm at the river, so I gotta make my decision here. The river dried up. The ground's still wet though. But, I don't know, I might walk this little island so I don't have to walk all those rocks. Okay, later. It's just unbelievable how much whiter it is now. A lot of water. Pretty crazy. Look at all the sunflowers. This is the year for flowers. Sunflowers, that is. So this is pretty easy to walk in. It's not slimy yet, until I fall on my ass. It doesn't seem to be slick. Soft. I'm leaving a little bit of track. That's what it looks like behind me. So I could drive this. And people have, see the tracks. I would say that's side by side. Well, that might not be. Okay, so you get it. Hey, there's actually water starting to come down. See it? Slow but sure. It's amazing. So I might get a river again. That's just a trickle. There are natural springs up there, up that way. About 10 miles out from here. Something like that. I've never physically been there. Although I want to. Things have changed so much, I gotta figure out where the hell I am. I don't want to overshoot. I think once I get to those telephone poles, I need to cut over. Or maybe sooner. Looks like the water's cutting this side. Maybe I should have stayed on the other side of it. Oh well. Probably some coyotes out here. Anyway, this is home at my fingertips. But on top of that mesa, all over it. That mesa, been all over it. And of course I drive everywhere, but I hope there's a bank I can climb up. I don't want to cut over too soon. There's a lot of cockaburs and brouhaha. But might have to. That's how you get for now. There's a couple stray dogs out that way. Just never know. As long as I can see them. And now they're going the other way. It's about where I want to go in at, too. I might have to fire around and scare them away. Okay, that's all you get. Hey. Well, I lost sight of the dogs, so it's hard to say where they went. So I think I'm getting pretty close where I need to start cutting in there. I'm going to go to this next curve down here. So many rocks. I'm just amazed that the rocks that came down in that flood. Like, holy shit. The whole mountain. I might have to cut over sooner. That looks a little funky there. Okay, I gotta find my way here later. Well, I think I was pretty close. I'm pretty sure this is the way in. Because, excuse me, the ruins are up on there. So I go inside this little canyon here, make my way up. Then I'll start seeing rock rings and pottery. Okay, happy trails, man. I'm in the bush. And just like that, I'm finding all kinds of pottery. That's pottery. This looks like a tire tread. Yeah, so it's just pretty much littered in here. There's another piece. One-sided. Put it back where I found it. So this is a hot spot. It's probably washed down from up higher. Kind of cool. Now you got to look for this stuff and kind of get an idea where to look. That's the biggest thing. Oh, for some reason my glasses won't stay on this hat. Yeah, it's kind of a crapshoot, but you got to think up high, close to the river, where they have a halfway decent lookout, and where the flood won't get them. Okay, I'm going to explore some more. Yeah, this is all littered with it. That looks like possible remnants of some rock rings. And that's kind of hard to say. Well, there again, see this tree? You know, the rocks lying around it. It's really hard to say how many years that's been there. Kind of cool. That's all you get for now. Yeah, standing here you might think, well, that's just all rocks. It's not. It's a mix of quartz and some scattered pieces of pottery. There's an animal trail there. I'm gonna, what goes up must come down. So I'm almost thinking I'm seeing some rock rings. There's a fence there, but I think over here you can go under it. I think some rancher owns that property up there. That's to keep the cattle from coming this way. That doesn't always work. I get cows that come by the house all the time. Well, not all the time, but a fair amount. Okay, I've been on top of that mesa, but I didn't see anything. But that doesn't mean I wasn't looking in the wrong spot. Because this is where most of the pottery is. Actually, there's not much right in here. Well, there's a piece there. That one's got texture on it. Another piece. See, this is a wash. That's where water comes down. So it was that pottery up higher? Or were they just down here? So basically what I'm saying, did it wash down? It's really kind of hard to say. It doesn't look like the flood affected this much. It might have made this waterway a little deeper, but not much. So I've been here many times. Oh, it's a rock. Okay, I gotta put you down so I don't fall down. So I'm gonna make my way under the fence. Looks to me like there's some rock rings over there. Okay, happy trails. Well, there you are. Okay, I kind of walked this hillside and I'm not seeing anything up here. So obviously they were hanging out right here. It's pretty flat in there, but then it drops down to the river. So they're up high enough to where they didn't get flooded and close enough to get water whenever they wanted it. This was not a pueblo though. So I don't know Tiwa, most of these mesas, Tiwa lived. Out there for their Hickory Apaches. Now whether Apaches came in here, I don't know. I did see some remnants of rock rings, but yeah, I make rock rings too. So it could be anybody. So I'm going to go back to where I can go under the fence instead of disturbing the fence. Oh, that means I got to go back up. Okay, I got to push you down. Well, that's kind of interesting. Who's to say how old this tree is, but you see these rocks? They look like they were placed there. So maybe, I don't know. It's too hot to go up on top. But I'm not seeing any pottery. They maybe just had lookouts up here or something. Or so maybe that's where they kept their animals. So they didn't have to smell them all the time. Who knows? Okay, that's what we get. This is so disgusting. How people go all out of their way just to do this. I'm sure somewhere there's a name. I noticed the prescription bottles didn't have anything on them. And somewhere in there, somebody's name is plastered on there somewhere. They need to do road detail for 2 months. Okay, that's all you get. Hey, yeah, I'm back to the river. Well, the dry arroyo. There's a couple wet spots. So I'm done. Kind of wanted to go up on top of the mesa again and check it out, but that thing up there, mama, that's a hot one. So I got to decide if I want to hug to the left side or the right side. Might do the right side this time, just for shits and grins. I heard sound like a dog barked at me in a distance. Either that or it was a spirit. Because I was, walking around on Indian ruins. Anyway, I fired off a round just to be safe. Because dogs out here, they're a long ways from home. If they have a home, they might be just surviving out here. So I might look good to them. So there's some water. We're gonna walk across it now. You just gotta step on the high sides where it's not wet. That way you don't really get wet. There's no high side here. Oh well. I didn't wear my best hiking boots. These are the ones that I paid the most for, but I like the other ones better. These kind of hurt the ball of my feet. But part of that might be my rubber boots too, because with all the flooding, I've been wearing those a lot. I have some tracks here. Could be a dog, could be a coyote, who knows. Ow! Okay, I'm gonna let you go. I gotta walk this all the way home. Pretty much. Later, it looks like I'm at the cross again. Okay, I'm back home. I'm on what I call the island. Here's my little Indian village. My little teepees survived the flood. I mean, actually, this property had to come up 2 foot higher. So those things aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Now, my little cook stove over here, that guy there, he was buried in there all the way up to the pot cook, whatever. So I moved it to higher ground. So this is just some property that's, it's not much good for too much. I was going to put a garden over here, but I'm glad I didn't because it would have flooded. So that's just a little hiking trail, someplace to hang. Okay, I'm almost home. It's cooler in here, that's for sure. And I put me up at a little bench over here. And this was part of the flood. That little bench was way over there. And I found it buried in the trees over there. I had to stiffen it up a little bit, but it still works. It's starting to dry out now. It was pretty nasty to sit on, so. Okay, I'm back to the arroyo. Okay, so I got a little trail here. There's two different ways you can go. This is a shortcut here. And there's no water. There's water trying to come down, but whether it actually makes it here, I doubt it. It's probably going to dry up before it gets here. So this used to be about up to that ridge there. Maybe a little higher. And then it dropped down. Kind of freaky. There's the remnants of my tire wall. So I had a tire wall that came out this way, and another one that came that way. Yeah, I think they did help some. It didn't hurt. Okay, I got to go up this later. End of this hike.